Normally I have something to say about the Parsha or what's going on in the world, but this week I don't have much on my mind. I mean, a lot of the stuff they said about the craziness in the world, Erev Rav, Amalek, and the Meraglim, that's all coming true. What do you call it when you have a movement or a group of people among the non-Jewish world who are busy trying to destroy their societies? Our sages have recognized that there could be, for example, prophets among the Gentiles. The only question is there's some who take, like we saw, something literally, that there can no longer be prophets among the Gentiles. Or they say that Bilam was the last one. Moshe Rabbeinu somehow asked God to limit prophecy to the children of Israel. That is, only children of Israel or converts to Judaism would be gifted with prophecy henceforth. Whereas if the Gentiles needed a message from God, they would get it from a prophet who comes from among the Jews. You heard about this? This is an idea. So once again, this isn't the halacha. I think the Maimonidean assumption, someone who knows this better can perhaps correctly, the Maimonidean assumption is that prophecy can still exist among mankind. And that's why he uses mankind as the general term when he describes prophecy. I think the rabbi gave a shir about this recently. The phenomenon of prophecy. He says it's a fundamental of our belief that God puts prophecy in the hearts and minds and then in the mouths of Bnei Adam. And he doesn't say Jews. The Rambam never strictly limits it to Jews. As a matter of fact, the way the Rambam talks about certain people, he's saying that, I think he writes that Aristotle in his wisdom came close to being like a prophet. Okay? So it's certainly conceivable. Chazal certainly assumed that at least once upon a time prophecy existed among the Gentiles. And the Chazal talk about their Chachamim and even Hasidim. The Rambam talks about, in Hilchos Malachim, he talks about those who keep the Sheva Mitzvahs properly, the way they're supposed to, and then even take upon more proper activities. So those, it depends on their motivations. They could either be Chasidei Umot Haolam or Chachmei Umot Haolam. So we believe that it's, of course, the Torah isn't among the Gentiles. The Torah Bagoyim al Tamin. However, Chachma Bagoyim is something that you could have, and even prophecy. So really, proper Gentile society should be led by those who know what they're doing. And hopefully those who know what they're doing step up and lead. But what do you do when society is basically going off the cliff? It's already gone past the point of no return, the horizon of the black hole. They're descending, or maybe they're just rapidly approaching that point of no return. And what do they do at that point? What do you call those who are misguiding those societies? Like what's happening in the West nowadays. The elites who are basically destroying morality and the economic system and everything that they can, just destroying it. And there's, of course, we talked about the Meraglim and the Erev Rav who go along with them. What do we call these people? Is there a term that Chazal generally used for them? Is there a term that the prophets used? Unfortunately, I don't know of one, but this is not the first time in history it's happened. Many societies have had their downfall. They've lapsed into decadence and immorality, and it's quite a pattern in human history. And it's not limited to the children of Israel. Unfortunately, the Jewish people have also had their times where their societies basically collapsed morally, societally, economically, and we call those the Churban. And it's pretty bad. And that's what at least we had our prophets trying to tell us: avoid such a thing. Don't let it happen. And right now it's happening among the Gentiles. And I don't know who's going to stop it. I don't know there's specifically a term, I guess, Olam Kimin Ago Holeg Noheg. That's just the way of the world, and it's going to continue going that way until I guess we serve as a light unto the nations. By the way, light unto the nations is also a good idea. The prophet said that that's what part of our goal is, but we have to lead by example. Certainly not just by preaching. We have to lead by example. But it doesn't lead by example, let's say, according to the vision of these, I guess, pseudo-intellectuals and other dreamers. I mean, you shouldn't just listen to a dreamer. It's actually our purpose in this world to live up to the standards of the Torah and show everybody what to do.
We would like to encourage our viewers to share these videos with friends and send in your responses. If you would like to obtain Birkon Nusach Eretz Yisrael or invite the rabbi for a speaking engagement, please email us at office@machonshilo.org.